Hey, how's it going, guys? In this video I'm going to be talking about first class profits, and I'm going to be telling you why you should stay away from this program. My name is Lewis, and I actually do know about the trading industry. I know people who have made money with binary options trading, and I also know people who have lost money, including myself. Now, why should you listen to me? Well, I actually had a very bad experience with one of these softwares, which was at the time called Insured Profits. You can probably do a Google search online, or maybe go to insuredprofits.com. It might still be up there. And pretty much what ended up happening, although technically the software was free, actually I ended up paying about $250 of my own money to fund a brokerage account, which is pretty much the minimum amounts of money that is required for many of these offshore brokerage accounts, which, by the way, it's illegal for Americans to trade with any offshore brokerage, just so you know, unless it's regulated by the CFTC. Now, the software did work. Okay, it did make trades on my behalf, but had very mediocre results, and I just ended up losing about $5,000 of my own money, and it was a very stressful time for me. And luckily I was able to make that money back. But the reason why I got involved with something like this was because at the time, my family was going through a financial crisis, and I was just very desperate for money. And unfortunately, like, I lost all that money, and luckily I was able to make that money back, like I said. So, but that's pretty much the reason why I'm making these reviews. I'm just trying to prevent people from getting involved with stuff like this, because they're not interested in making you money. They're just interested in taking your money. That's pretty much it. Now, before I get into it, I'm actually going to give you some alternatives at the end of this video if you find that this isn't for you. So let me just dive into it. The first thing I want you to know is that trading binary options is a legitimate deal. You can actually make money, but there are a couple of factors that you must be aware of and that you must understand. Now, the first thing is, you need to have a mentor. Okay, you need to have somebody who's going to show you and tell you exactly what to do. And in these cases, they don't provide mentors. They just provide you with the software and nothing else, and there's hardly ever any support. So you need a mentor. The second thing you need is a strategy, and only a mentor is going to be able to give you that strategy. And when I say strategy, I mean that there are strategies that many expert traders use to make better trading decisions, or in other words, increase your chances of actually making profits. And the third thing I want you to understand is you need to be aware of what indicators are and how to properly use them. Now, if you don't know what indicators are, then that's another reason why you shouldn't be doing this. Now, indicators are pretty much a piece of software that many expert traders use to make better trading decisions, and many of these indicators come in the form of Bollinger Bands. They also come in the form of candlesticks, stochastics, and trends. Now, if you're curious as to what these indicators look like, you can actually do a quick Google search online and just type in candlesticks in trading or Bollinger Bands in trading, so you can get a good look, a good idea of how or what they look like. So you need to know what indicators are and how to use them. The fourth thing you need to understand is how the market works and how it behaves. Now, you need to be aware of this, because if you don't, then you're going to be in trouble, right? Because, okay, I'm pretty sure you have a general idea how the market works, right? I'm pretty sure everybody does. When things are going good, the market goes up and it stays up, and when things are going bad, it just goes down, right? And there are many factors involved that actually determine whether or not the market is going to go up or down, right? And those are things like politics, economics, or just worldly events, or even national tragedies, right? Or catastrophes, like, let's say, for example, an explosion or a hurricane. All these things play a vital role in how the market behaves. And if you're not up to date with information like this, if you're not actively reading online or maybe watching the news, then you're going to be missing out, and you're going to be making some very drastic decisions. So you need to have a strong understanding of how the market works. Now, this particular software says that it's going to be making trades on your behalf on complete autopilot. Now, let me just tell you straight off the bat that there's no possible way that can be, right? And why? Because given what I just said, right, you need to have an understanding of how the market works. So how the hell is the computer software going to be able to actually make profits for you? How is it going to be able to actually know what's going to happen tomorrow in the United States or in China, or even determine if a terrorist attack is going to happen, right? It can't be. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have some sort of algorithm, maybe they probably they're probably able to determine, look at trends and kind of base their trades off of that. But other than that, there's only so much that they can do. And take it from me, these things, they do work, these softwares, but they only work to a certain point, and like I said, I had very mediocre results and I just ended up losing money. So there you have it. I mean, many expert traders, they do use softwares, but they use it in conjunction with someone who's actively looking online, looking at the market, and actually looking at it in detail, and looking at what's going on using charts and using indicators. And another thing about this software is that they're not even being honest with you, right? I mean, watch, let me just show you, right? I actually downloaded this video of this software, and I'm just gonna quickly fast forward to the part where they show testimonials, so you can see for yourself that they're not even using real people, they're actually using fake actors. And I'll show you what I mean right now.
Lives of hundreds of ordinary people like yourself. Hey Mike, listen, I just wanted to send this video over to you to thank you so very much for my free copy of First Class Profits app. I signed up, I downloaded, it was real easy, just like you said, and as you promised, within the first week, I had banked a ton of money. More.
Okay, so let me just show you where you can find this person. You could actually find this person on a website called Fiverr.com. See, there he is, BanjoMan15, and I'll play a little quick introduction video that he has on his profile. And Fiverr.com is pretty much an outsourcing website that many internet marketers use to outsource jobs, right? So in this case, these people are outsourcing actors so that they can so they can do fake testimonials for people, for them. So let me just play a quick video of him.
Hey, good morning. It's Chuck here. I wanted to talk to you just for a moment about this video gig here on Fiverr. This is going to be a testimonial gig, and as you can see, I'm in my office here at home. It's a very natural, full testimonial, and
See, so there you have it. But that's not the only testimonial that they have. I actually found the other person that they have here too. There he is, see?
Grateful for the groundbreaking app. I was lucky enough to be selected as a beta tester, and have been using the app for 3 months now. In that time, I've made 100.
Alright, so you get the idea, right? And he's right here, look. See, that's his profile.
Come to the right place. I can appear business.
Yeah, so like I said, you get the idea. So, they're not even being honest with you. So, I mean, what the hell? There's no point in getting us involved with stuff like this, because they're clearly scams, And but there you have it. So guys, I finished the review, so if you want to click off, then go ahead and do that. But what I want to do right now is actually give you some alternatives. So if you're really hell-bent on learning about binary options, then I strongly recommend that you go to an offline school. Either that, or go find yourself an advisor and get them to advise you on where to go about and learn how to properly trade. Now, the other alternative I wanted to talk about is I actually make money online, and I do it from the comfort of my own home, and it's provided me the time freedom to do what I want, which is something that's more meaningful than more valuable than the money itself. So, the fact that I can sleep in and do whatever I want, travel, but most importantly spend time with my family, is something that I find very empowering and liberating. So if you want to learn how to make money online and actually experience the type of lifestyle, then I can actually teach you and show you how to do that. I can provide you the mentorship you need, and also have you and be a part of a community of people who actually know what they're doing. So if you're interested, go ahead and click on the link below that I provided. And having said that, I wanted to say thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found this information helpful, and with that being said, thank you guys for watching.